a really long time to make a Spanish tortilla at home. I would look at these authentic recipes and they'd call for something like 2 cups of olive oil, and I thought, that's kind of a lot of oil. But then I made one and I realized it was so worth it. So you want to slice up your potatoes and then you want to blot them dry. I just roll them up in a towel. This gets rid of some of the excess moisture and it also gets rid of some of the excess starch. And I have diced onion. Onion is essential. It really has a great flavor. Salt and pepper. The thing about a Spanish tortilla is that it's so simple. There aren't a lot of ingredients, so you're just really able to taste the ones that you have. And now I'm gonna fry them up. So this is where the oil comes in. So I wanna cook the potatoes covered with oil. I'm gonna need about 1.5 cups. You wanna let the oil get warm, and then I'll add the potatoes. And the potatoes are gonna absorb some of that oil, and they're just gonna get this incredibly rich flavor. But we do pour off some of this at the end, so it's not like we're gonna eat the entire 1.5 cups. All of the potatoes should be in contact with some oil. So depending on how large your pan is, you may need to use a little bit more oil, a little bit less oil. Now I'm just gonna let this cook until the potatoes are soft. It's gonna take about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm gonna leave it, but I'm not gonna go far away. You know, poke them every once in a while. You want the potatoes to be really tender. There's just no resistance to the fork at all. And now I'm gonna drain them. So you can see that the onions are very, very slightly golden brown, but they don't have any dark brown on them, which is what you want. You're not exactly frying, you're sort of poaching in olive oil. And you can reuse this oil. I'm actually gonna save a little bit of it and use it for a little salad that I'm gonna serve on the side. And the oil is infused with the flavors of onion and potato, so it tastes really good. Now we need the eggs. Didn't forget about those. Pepper. So you just wanna whisk your eggs until they're homogeneous. Keep the whisking to a minimum. We want you, onions. Come with us to Tortilla Land. Just gonna heat up this pan again. So you wanna just cook it about halfway on the top of the stove, you know, just stirring it around. All right, that looks pretty good. That's where I want it. I'm just gonna pop it right in the oven. Now, traditionally, you would not make a tortilla this way. You would actually flip it and brown the other side. But does anyone really wanna do that? I don't wanna do that. And I think it tastes just as good. It only takes about 5 minutes. That is ready. You want it to be solid. You don't want to see any liquid. You just push down a little bit and it should be firm. I know I'm supposed to make this look easy, but this is actually, I don't know why I always get nervous at this part. Ugh. Ah, it didn't stick. There we go. Often when you get served a tortilla, you'll get a little bit of tomato sauce to go with it. But instead of doing it that way, I thought I'd make a little tomato salad. It's a bit fresher. It's winter time, so I have grape tomatoes. These are your best bet for winter tomato fresh dishes. This is called an Italian frying pepper or a Cubanelle pepper, and it's mild, it's not spicy, but it's a little bit more delicate than a bell pepper. My tomatoes, garlic, scallions, and I'm gonna add back a little bit of this olive oil that we cooked the tortilla in because it tastes good, it tastes oniony. So this is the way I would serve it for maybe a holiday brunch. But if I wanted to do this for a cocktail party, I would cut it up into wedges or little squares first, and then I'd either serve the salad on the side or just a little bit on top of each one. And that's the great thing about tortilla. You can serve it warm, you can serve it at room temperature. It's a very adaptable thing.